not stuck here. The cops won't bother me. I am here in my garage and I wanted to show you all my bikes. And currently, my favorite bike to ride, I think it might surprise you. You know, I have the Kymco 500, I have the SH150, and the Yamaha Tenere. And I think you'll be surprised that my favorite is actually this thing. Yeah, the one I complain mostly about being badly designed, is my favorite. First of all, it's got the most character. And character is kind of an odd thing in a motorcycle. First, you got that gator skin seat. Look at that. I mean, you just don't get that in any other bike. So, and it's kind of a fantastic motor. I've been riding this for quite some time. I rode it at Westminster just yesterday. I did 120 miles. And, you know, I did have a scare up there because the positive battery terminal was loose. And I was like, oh man, it won't start. But it turns out this bike is riding extremely well. It doesn't burn oil, doesn't use oil, it's just solid. So engine and transmission on this thing is really good. And yeah, this is the top of the line Kymco 500. The thing is, I've been trying to sell it too, and you know, I think it's very difficult to sell it with this speedometer not working. So I have a phone that I'm using to kind of bypass it. It's discharged anyways. But the bike itself is really good, and I think I'm liking this Maxi Scooter Life. It's kind of like a motorcycle but more casual. And whenever I ride the Tenere, I feel like I have to break laws just to have fun. But on this, I kind of feel like it's a comfortable cruiser. You know, I can just kind of putt around and do what I want. Now, the only downside, of course, are the ones that I mentioned. You know, things that annoy me in such a big way are the fuel gas cap being here. It's such a bad system. And of course, that speedometer that's not working, and the exhaust being really loud. But, you know, when you ride it though, it kind of all goes away. Especially as the weather's cooling down a bit. You know, it's like getting a little bit cooler in DC. This damn thing is perfect because you can tuck your feet and your knees out the way. If you want, you can even put your knees even closer to here, and you're essentially out of the elements. So, you know, that's one of the really big benefits of these maxi scooters. They provide you just tons of comfort. And because it's such a large scooter, you can ride this for very long distances. I mean, I literally, if this thing was running perfectly, and I think engine and transmission are riding perfectly as long as it's moving. It's just the idle. I would ride this cross country. I wouldn't need or feel like I need a touring bike at all. I think this thing is fantastic. And now the maintenance on these maxi scooters is quite horrible. It's quite badly designed for maintenance. I mean, just compare this one to this one, and you can see how easy it is to get to different parts. But even on this, because it's a maxi scooter, you have to remove the shock, I believe. Yeah, remove the shock, remove that swing arm and the exhaust to get to that tire. So not exactly a easy maintenance bike at all. And then of course I have my Tenere, and honestly this one is great. It's a good bike. Whenever I ride it, I like riding it. But the only thing I keep telling myself is, do I really need 1200 cc's in any condition? You don't need it on the street, as I've described with just having a V-Strom 650. Even a V-Strom 650 is quite large. But this thing is 100 pounds heavier than the V-Strom 650. Now, I think that this is probably one of the better bargains in adventure riding because of the shaft drive and the large motor, and it's very reliable. The only issue is that it's massive and it's very powerful and it's very deceiving the way it makes power. It's very much like any sport touring bike, like the FJR or ST1300. I kind of feel like I'll get way more in trouble with it because the speed of these things are so deceiving. You think you're going slow, you look at your speedometer and you're going like 90 on a 30-mile-an-hour zone, and that's what's happening when I'm riding this. And it's not exactly the type of thing you want if you want to keep your license. I also am not keen on black bikes. Black. Only reason I got these is because I buy them used. So if I get a good deal, it doesn't really matter. I tend to like bikes that are a little bit brighter. I really like the Tenere in white and yellow, and the SH150 doesn't come in really great colors, I think, but I do like a nice different color bike other than black. I like to be seen, and not because I need the attention, but I feel safer if I'm riding a motorcycle that's very visible to the naked eye. And I mean, this thing is just massive. I do like it a lot. So don't get me wrong, I do like the adventure bikes, but I feel like that adventure bikes are the new sport touring bikes, and I think it's only a matter of time before they start getting much smaller. I think people are gonna realize that, you know, they see these guys on GS's doing wheelies off-road and jumping over things, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that for that. Some people might be able to do it, but 99.9% of people that ride these things are not going to be doing that. They're going to be on forest roads, maybe. And you really don't need even that for a forest road. You actually will have more fun on a small dual sport. But that's a little bit of an overview of all of these bikes. And you can see it just started raining here in DC, so I was going to take out some of these bikes for a ride. I took the Tenere out, and literally, it's the bike I haven't ridden the most out of all the bikes in my garage. I'm starting to like more quirky, smaller bikes, and I think a 500cc is actually a good size for a scooter and motorcycle. And I do like the automatic aspect of it. Another bad thing about this particular maxi scooter is that it's very low to the ground, so I hit the kickstand and I hit the exhaust on very mild corners, not even trying, and that's something that feels like a design flaw. But the Honda, I'm looking forward to riding more of it, because this thing it's quite impressive. You know, the 16-inch wheels, bigger wheels than that Kymco 500. Those are 14s. This is 16s. And that's a, what, 17 and a 19. So, kind of a very cool bike that's very rare. But that's it. That's the overview of my garage and the bikes. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. I'm definitely not going to go out today.